All right, what's going on, YouTube? I'm recording right now, and listen, I don't even really have a solidified topic in mind, but I pretty much just wanted to talk about this idea that has, like, I guess, been on my mind recently. And that idea, or not an idea, it's more so a thought. But the thought is, like, why is it so hard for us to be in our own thoughts, right? And like, what do I mean by, like, in our own thoughts? I mean, like, why is it so hard, especially for young people? Why is it so hard for us to just, like, sit somewhere and, like, not watch anything or not scroll on our phones, right? And I've been trying to I have been trying to fight back against my phone addiction because, like, I think every person that's under 25 is probably addicted to their phone in some way. Like, we all be on social media. And I work full time, I graduated from college, and, I'm not, so to say, like, the phone is holding me back, I don't want to say that 100%, but I feel like we could probably be doing a lot better if we weren't on our phone so much. And, it just relates to, like, why can we not just sit still and just not have anything to do? I think we have a big problem with being bored, right? And, as kids, right, I think I grew up in the last generation where we sort of didn't really have phones at, like, an early age, right? So, um, we were sort of used to, like, not having anything to do. We would go outside a lot more, and I feel like kids nowadays and just people, even people my age, like young adults, we don't really do anything besides use our technology now. Like I'm sure we've all heard about the articles and everything about how, like, young people aren't doing anything anymore. Young people aren't getting married anymore. Young people aren't making friends anymore. They're not going out as much, and I think this all relates to, like, technology, like our phones. Like, I don't even know where my phone is. I think I left my phone in another room, but, like, I've been trying to make a conscious effort to not be on my phone as much. Like, even if that means not doing anything, I've been trying to. I'm not saying I'm really good at it, but I've been trying to, like, if I don't have anything to do, I'll just sit there because I think boredom is, like, a good thing, right? Excuse me. I think boredom can be a good thing because when you're bored, you start to think about stuff that you can do. Like, if you're just sitting there, you're gonna be like, okay, I can do this. I don't know. I think that's just how, like, your brain works. Like, if you're not doing anything, you have to think about something. So by virtue of not doing anything, you're gonna eventually start to think about what you can be doing. And maybe the first thing you think about is, I need to get on my phone, because we're so used to using our phones, right? But I think if you really try to force yourself to not use your phone or not get on the computer or whatever, not play the game, whatever your choice of technology usage is, you're going to find something to do. And, whether that's just taking up a hobby, learning some type of skill, something. I think it's important for us to detach. Like, we are too, like, our phones have taken over. And then it's not even just young people. I mean, you really can apply this topic to, like, all age groups. Like, even 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, like, there are a lot of older people who are very addicted to their phones as well, and it's a problem. People don't even know how to really talk anymore. Like, when people go outside, they don't even know how to really have face-to-face conversations or interact with each other. Like I said, people aren't making new friends. Ever since I've graduated from high school, I graduated from high school in 2020 during peak COVID, right? And I haven't even really made any new male friends outside of, like, my high school friends, because I feel like, for one, COVID obviously disrupted that part of life for, like, a year and a half, 2 years. But it's just like most young people don't look to make friendships anymore, if that makes any sense. Like, I don't know. I feel like when we were in high school, right, we were still kids. We were still at that age where, like, what you were forced to be around people pretty much, right? So you're gonna make friends inevitably. I feel like if you're around people every day for 4 years, the same group of people, you are eventually gonna find people out of that group that you hang out with. And like I said, I went to college and everything, but I didn't dorm, so I didn't have the opportunity to make friends living on campus. And then, COVID, like I said, COVID messed everything up, like, to a big extent. But that's not really the point. Point being, people don't really look to make friends anymore, and I think it's young men and young women as well. Like, it's very hard, and I mean, like, genuine friendships, like, not just, like, oh, somebody you met at the bar or something, that's just somebody you met at the gym, and that's your acquaintance. Like, no, I mean, like, an actual friend. Like, it's very hard to make actual friends as a young person nowadays. And that's why most people, the people that they hang out with, tends to be the people that they used to go to school with like a while ago. You know what I mean? So yeah, and I don't really know how I got on this point, but back to the topic of why it's so hard to sit with ourselves. I mean, I guess it relates because not having any friends, that's a big reason why we are so addicted to our phones. Like, we don't have the social interaction that we once did. And we're all on the same time in terms of we're all on our phones. Like, we're all at home chilling on our phones. And we've all adopted this mentality of like, why do I need to go outside and make friends? I can just sit on my phone. I can just scroll on Instagram. I can just go on Snapchat, et cetera, et cetera. Like, they're cool. You know, I like Twitter. Twitter is very funny, right? Pretty entertaining. But like, it can be addicting. And if you don't learn to detach from that and just put your phone down, which I'm trying to do more and more, it's gonna beat you. Like, you're gonna get beat up. Twitter gonna be hitting you with the left, right, uppercut, everything. So yeah, that's just I don't know. This has been on my mind. And I don't know, I want to hear what you guys think. You know, am I like overthinking it? You know, I don't think so. I think it's pretty evident. You know, I can keep going, and I'll quickly speak on young people in general. This whole phone addiction. Excuse me, I keep coughing. This whole phone addiction thing in general, like, really is showing itself just in terms of like our general intelligence. People around my age, I'm 22 years old, right? Most young people under 25, like, they don't really have much knowledge about anything. Like, unless they, like, I don't want to be rude, but come on now. You know what I'm talking about. Like, most young people really don't have any serious knowledge about any topic, especially if they didn't go to college. And even if they did go to college, most degrees nowadays are useless, right? So they're not really learning. They're not learning how to be critical thinkers in college. So they don't really have any like skills or any knowledge about anything that's relevant. And then we just care about the most unimportant stuff, right? And that probably, again, relates back to how much we use social media. Like, we don't really find anything to be serious or worth our time if it doesn't bring us entertainment value. If it's not funny, young people probably are not going to watch it. If it's not like entertaining, and that's why people make these like TikTok style videos, I like to call them, because they have like cuts every 3 seconds, and then it's so hard to follow along did anybody watch Bad Boys? If you watch Bad Boys 2, that was like a perfect example of what I mean by TikTok content. Like, that movie had so many cuts and so much action. For the normal viewer, that's entertaining. But I was in there like, and again, I'm not saying I don't use my phone at all, but it was still a lot. It was just all over the place. And I think that's how a lot of content is. It has to cater to like the content or the area of content that's just quick cuts, high action, colorful type, Mr. Beast type content, you know? So listen, man, we gotta get it together. I'm trying to do my part, you know, trying to keep my screen time to a minimum. Listen, yesterday my screen time was only like 3 hours, and I don't know if that might be high to you, but 3 hours for me is pretty low. So I'm taking that, and my screen time right now today is probably like under 2 hours. Like, I'm really trying to stay off my phone, you know. I mean, I have been working. It's still a work day. So granted, I really haven't had the opportunity. We got to see how the night goes, but yeah, I'm trying to stay off my phone, trying to just be more conscious. We have to learn how to detach, and hopefully more people have this realization, because like I said before, it's very hard making friends as a young person when everybody has the same mentality towards making friends. We don't really try to do it anymore. You know, we have phones and social media to rely on for interaction, so we don't really have to go make friends. But yeah, I don't know. That's pretty much all I wanted to say. If you tuned in, thank you. And yeah, you have a good night.